Is bigger really means better? We're about to find out. Hello, what is up guys? I'm your host Gordon and welcome to another one of my video. What I got over here is a M17 Sig Sauer. Yes, this is another variation of a P320, and of course this is a shell ejecting laser tech. And yes, it is the same brand from the BWHM. So what's the difference between the previous M18 and the current M17? Oh boy, not just the size, there is actually some difference in it. And we're about to check it out after this. Okay, today we're gonna do something a little different than the previous video because the previous M18 P320 requires installation and I didn't actually show it, and I would like to grab this opportunity to show you guys how to install the laser. Yes, this thing actually requires installation. And don't worry, this is no rocket science, it is actually pretty easy to do. And first, let us do a little bit of a live unboxing over here. We just dropped something over here. We got a user manual over here. This over here is the M17 variation, but they give me a instruction manual for the M18. How funny. So in the box, nicely packaged, it is the Sig Sauer P320 M17. And this over here is the laser unit itself. And of course we got a bag of shells. That's it. Pretty simple, right? So let us grab the blaster out. I mean, these are some good packaging material. So the installation is very straightforward. You just have to drop it in there, screw it tight, and make sure it is a counterclockwise. And there you go. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? And here's the funny part. The M17 variant over here requires no tools at all to put in the laser unit. Unlike the M18 over here, which requires at least a coin or something like that to actually twist in the laser unit. And the laser unit itself is not the same laser unit. The M18 comes with a chrome silver laser unit over here, which is slightly shorter. And the M18 over here comes with a longer black piece. Bigger is better, longer is better, perhaps? Even though that it is a different laser unit, but the laser mechanism is the same with the previous M18. Basically, the laser will only turn on when the slide travels back to its original position. Just like so. Alright, enough of that. Let us take a look at the aesthetic of the blaster. As you can see, overall, it kind of looks very similar. The difference at first glance you might see is probably the size, but actually there is a difference in certain parts of the blaster over here. First of all, take a look at the muzzle flash over here. Clearly, this is slightly protruded and longer, and this is metal. I like me some metal muzzles. And of course, in terms of magazine, this thing comes with an extended mag. Basically the same magazine. I wouldn't actually call this an actual extended mag. This is basically just extra weight for your blaster. So with the installation of the extended magazine over here, it felt a lot heavier than the M18 variation over here. But here's one very interesting thing. When you actually wobble the blaster, the M18 actually felt a lot more solid than the M17. There is a lot of like internal moving parts over here. That is not so good, man. Both of this blaster are made out of a combinations of metal parts as well as nylon. The entire body of the blaster is of course made out of nylon. All the small parts, just like the M18 over here, the trigger, the mag release button, the slide release lever, the barrel, the sliding support is all made out of metal. And in terms of Picatinny rail, similar to the M18 over here, there is only a roll of Picatinny rail at the bottom of the blaster over here. And in terms of iron sight, it is as same as the previous M18 over here. It comes with a pair of fake fiber optic sights. These are just colors, and the front one is movable. Yep, something just dropped off from the blaster. Well, seems like the safety lever just fall off the blaster. I knew there is something wrong with this blaster, but fortunate enough, reinstalling it is a breeze. But having things fall off like this randomly is not a very good PR. Other than that, everything seems work pretty smoothly. The slide lock works just like it should. The slide release is smooth. And speaking about the slide over here, if we actually compare with the slide of the M18 over here, it felt a lot more solid. Like, this is just my taste. Like, I prefer the M18 slide like all day, man, all the time. I will prefer this slide over this, because the slide of the M17 over here is a little too light. It's kind of a wobbly. You don't have the tactile feeling when you actually release the slide lock over here. I mean, things just doesn't feel right with the slide of the M17 over here. The shell ejecting seems like it works. Yeah, it fell a little light. And at the right hand side of the blaster, there is a serial number over here. Man, that's kind of some serious details over here. And there's even writings of like New Wington, USA. But if we actually talk about the grip of the blaster, I like the sensation of the M17 over the M18 over here because of the bigger grip size. The trigger itself seems like it is the same size. The trigger guard is the same size as well. And in terms of accuracy, seems like it is about the same as well, just that the user experience is a little different. And of course, I would like to grab this opportunity to actually open up this blaster for you guys. Yes, you can actually open up this blaster like the real deal. First of all, you have to twist this thing upwards, and then you just slide it off. Make sure to, remove the magazine over here, and there you go. I mean, holy moly, it felt so intimidating where you actually can, disassemble a blaster like that. This thing is crazy. Oh, I just dropped something. But reassembling it on the other hand is kind of tricky. Like, you will have to align the spring-loaded piece over here with the front. Very annoying. Like, I'm trying to do this off camera if possible. Like, if you don't align it properly, it will not go in. This is so annoying. Yep. After arranging everything in place, you just have to push the pin over here to, lock it out. And holy moly, most of the internals are made out of metal. What about the M18? Wow, I was surprised that I didn't realize that it was metal too. And as usual, it requires one of this laser target over here to actually know whether you hit something or not. I really hope that I can actually get something bigger because this is a little too small to aim. Well, I guess that's it. Pretty straightforward. So without further ado, let us go test the blaster out. Okay, we are back, guys. So as you can see, the performance of the blaster over here is actually very similar to each other, just that the functionality, or I would say the build quality itself, is a little bit different. In my opinion, the M18 over here is actually much more solid as compared to the M17 over here. Not to mention that there is a lot of wobbly component internally. I'm not sure. What is that? Take a look at that. And as usual, in terms of accuracy, this blaster is very accurate because it is laser, likes travels in a straight line, so it is impossible to bend a light unless you have like a mirror or something like that. Hitting a target in 10 meters is not a problem as long as your eyes can seize it, of course. And of course, in terms of aesthetic, will this blaster passes the wall test? Of course, both of this blaster passes the wall test with flying colors. Come on, this is a Sig Sauer P320. I mean, yowdy, the bigger one looks nicer, but the smaller ones felt more solid. Oh man. So yep, I guess that's a very simple review for today. So if you guys like this video, feel free to smash the like button, and of course, not forget to click on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. So yep, Gordon's checking out, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Adios, guys.